Hi everyone, welcome back to another Lockdown and Literature video. If you are new, my name is Jolene from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Thanks for checking out my channel. These are the super relaxed and chill videos where I talk a bit about our lockdown and what I'm reading. And today I am also going to be going through as quickly as possible all 154 books that I read in 2020 in preparation for my top 20 reads of 2020 coming out tomorrow, which I am so excited to finally share that with you. We've been in lockdown 2.0 for almost a week, and I haven't finished all the books I had planned for this week, but let's face it, I never do because I always want to read so many books. So I will let you know what the last few days have been like. I'll share what I have been reading, and then we will go through the super long list of books. So this is day 6 of our lockdown. I spent a good deal of time on Tuesday and Wednesday Zooming and FaceTiming with friends who live in other cities in Ontario and some friends in Brooklyn. So it was good to connect with people and see some familiar faces. And then yesterday I did venture out for the first time and picked up some groceries. And I'm happy to report that there isn't the panic buying that there was during the first lockdown. So I was able to get everything that we needed, even though I did forget the list in the car. So that should last us for a bit. And today, it being New Year's Eve, we will probably do a movie marathon and have some appetizers and just have a quiet evening welcoming in the new year. So reading has also been good. I finished The Dutch House, and I will be finishing Rebecca today. And the last book of the year that I will complete is 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl by Mona Awad. We're just over halfway through, so I will finish that up pretty quick. So that's the plan, and that will bring me to 154 completed books for 2020. So as I mentioned in a previous video, I will share all of the books that I read this year so you can see if you have read any of the same books and if your favorites make the cut for the top reads of 2020. So I didn't take all of the books off the shelf because that would have taken forever. Actually, that's not true. It's not so much the taking it off the shelf, it's the putting them back on the shelf that takes forever. So it doesn't happen very quickly, and I don't want to have all of those books piled around all of the other books that I already have piled around. So to save us some time and me a big mess and more piles of books, I am going to read the list and then I will put pictures up of the books for you to see them. Okay, so here we go. First up, Dear Ijoel, or a Feminist Manifesto and 15 Suggestions by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Elevator Pitch by Linwood Barkley. Heartberries by Therese Marie Mailot. Moon of the Crusted Snow by Wabgashig Rice. Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Sarum by Edward Rutherford. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Sorry Not Sorry by Sophie Renaud. No One is Too Small to Make a Difference by Greta Thunberg. Son of a Trickster by Eden Robinson. Elevation by Stephen King. I've Been Meaning to Tell You by David Cariandi. The Measure of a Man by Sidney Poitier. Big Fish by Daniel Wallace. Washington Black by Essie Adugian. From the Ashes by Jessie Thistle. Stealing Love by H. Schreeder. Medicine Walk by Richard Wagamese. Love, a Collection of Prose and Poetry by Pooja Mohan. Breakshot by James Taylor. Bird Box by Josh Malerman. In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. Clara Callan by Richard B. Wright. Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You by Carolyn Kepnes. Beartown by Frederick Backman. Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore by Matthew Sullivan. The Break by Katarina Vermette. The Lies That Bind by Emily Giffen. Seven Fallen Feathers by Tanya Talega. Day Break by Gwen Benaway. Quantum by Patricia Cornwell. No Friend But the Mountains by Behrooz Buchani. Saint X by Alexis Shaitkin. Emma by Jane Austen. Holy Wild by Gwen Benaway. 11 on Top by Janet Ivanovich. The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Us Against You by Frederick Backman. An Ocean of Minutes by Thea Lim. In the Dark Soft Earth by Frank Watson. One Drum, Stories and Ceremonies for a Planet by Richard Wagamese. The Book of Longings by Sue Monk Kidd. The Herd by Andrea Bartz. A Fine Balance by Rohinton Mystery. The Library Book by Susan Orlean. The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley. The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. All Our Relations by Tanya Talaga. 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott. 15 Dogs by Andre Alexis. Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Bunny by Mona Awad. Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Keane. Scribbles, A Book of Poetry by Sarah Islam. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Albatross by Terry Fallis. How to Pronounce Knife by Sivankam Tavavongza. Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. The Henna Artist by Alka Joshi. This Red Line Goes Straight to Your Heart by Matter Anand. The Polished Toe by Austin Clarke. Bright Precious Thing by Gail Caldwell. We Have Always Been Here, a Queer Muslim Memoir by Samra Habib. Waiting for First Light, My Ongoing Battle with PTSD by Romeo Dallaire. Small Game Hunting at the Local Coward Gun Club by Megan Gale Coles. Space Between Us by Jamal Aflatooni. The Shadows by Alex North. Radicalized by Cory Doctorow. Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. The Island of Sea Women by Lisa C. Bluebird, Bluebird by Attica Locke. If I Had Your Face by Frances Cha. The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. The Answer Is by Alex Trebek. The Island by Ellen Hildebrand. Forever and Ever Amen by Randy Travis. Dear Girl by Asia Mayrock. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Not That Bad, edited by Roxane Gay. A History of My Brief Body by Billy Ray Belcourt. The Moonshiner's Daughter by Donna Everhart. Live Oak with Moss by Walt Whitman. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty by James Thurber. Open Heart Surgery by Joanna Leo. The Red Chesterfield by Wayne Arthurson. Midnight Sweat Lodge by Wabgeshig Rice. V by Kim Twee. Title by Paul Gilpin. Anxious People by Frederick Backman. Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Dreaming in a Perfect World by Michael Tavon. Rage Becomes Her by Somaya Shamali. The Dilemma by Danielle Holian. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. Anne of Avonlea by Lucy Maud Montgomery. The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. The Dud Avocado by Elaine Dundee. The Last Sister by Kendra Elliott. Shut Up You're Pretty by Tia Matonji. 5 Little Indians by Michelle Good. A Sudden Light by Garth Stein. The Woman Before Wallace by Bryn Turnbull. Here We Are by Graham Swift. The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. All the Acorns on the Forest Floor by Kim Hooper. The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. Water Witches by Chris Bojalian. Polar Vortex by Shani Mutu. My Conversations with Canadians by Lee Miracle. The Witches of New York by Amy McKay. Word Problems by Ian Williams. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Atonement by Ian McEwan. The Whisper Man by Alex North. The Residents by Andrew Piper. 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. Rabbitfoot Bill by Helen Humphreys. Consent by Annabelle Lyon. The Circle Game by Margaret Atwood. Speeches for Dr. Frankenstein by Margaret Atwood. Washes, Praise by Noor Naga. The Chestnut Man by Soren Sveistrup. Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, Hidden Valley Road by Robert Kolker, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, The Animals in That Country by Margaret Atwood, Life on the Ground Floor by Dr. James Maskalick, Half-Breed by Maria Campbell, This Book Betrays My Brother by Kagiso Lasego Malope, Autumn by Ali Smith, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, Cardiff by the Sea by Joyce Carol Oates, The Edible Woman by Margaret Atwood, The Night Olivia Fell by Christine MacDonald, The Illustrated Journals of Susanna Moody by Margaret Atwood, Nora, a Love Story of Nora and James Joyce by Nuala O'Connor, Tightwads on the Loose, a 7-Year Pacific Odyssey by Wendy Hinman, The Dangers of Smoking in Bed, Stories by Mariana Enriquez, Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, Procedures for Underground by Margaret Atwood, The Waves by Virginia Woolf, Still Missing by Chevy Stevens, Agatha Arch is Afraid of Everything by Kristen Bear O'Keefe, The June Boys by Court Stevens, Power Politics by Margaret Atwood, Grief is the Thing with Feathers by Max Porter, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, Surfacing by Margaret Atwood, The Dutch House by Anne Patchett, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl by Mona Awad. So tomorrow will be the top 20 books out of that long list, and a new list will begin. Let me know how you are doing. What books are you reading? Are there any books that you are hoping that will make it into my top 20 reads of 2020? I look forward to chatting with you in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy the last day of 2020, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.